Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on the brand new Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. And I know I was really curious to see this one as I loved their original launch, which was the Self-Refreshing Foundation. I purchased this one, really enjoyed it, and Shiseido actually sent this one over to me this time. I'm very excited to try the new foundation because it has a radiant quality to it, which I've been really enjoying lately. The Self-Refreshing is $62 and their new Radiant Lifting is $60 Canadian. There is a slight price difference, both very, very pricey. When I was looking up the claims of the Shiseido Radiant Lifting, pretty similar to the claims of the Sephora Best Skin Ever that I recently reviewed. So I'm like, this better be really, really good for a $60 price tag because the Sephora was only $25. If you stick around to the very end, I do plan on doing kind of a side-by-side comparison in addition to the wear test of just the new foundation. So I will have both in there if you're curious how it kind of compares. This video is also in collaboration with my friend Samantha here on YouTube. We've collaborated on foundation reviews in the past. I love doing these with her. We both have different skin tones, skin types, so I feel like it's really beneficial for us to kind of work together on this. And we tend to like the same foundations, even though we're different in our skin types. She is more combo right now. I am normal to dry. She is a fellow Canadian who I absolutely love, one of my favorite YouTubers, and also a friend. So definitely go check her out. She's close to 100K, and I would love for you guys to subscribe to her. I'm sure a lot of you are already subscribed if you've been watching me, since we do collaborate often on foundation reviews. But if you have not, you are truly missing out. I love her. She does similar content to me, but she is honestly the foundation queen. Amazing fellow Canadian to watch on YouTube. So definitely go show your support and subscribe as well. The Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation has light adjusting technology that syncs with light for all day flawless radiance while providing up to 24-hour hydration and weightless comfort. Has a medium coverage, though they did say on the Zoom call that it actually has a little bit more coverage than the original Self-Refreshing. The finish is radiant, formulation is liquid. $60 as I said, so $2 less than the $62 price tag of the Self-Refreshing. And it also says it's buildable and looks and feels like second skin as it visibly lifts, refines, and smooths. I have high hopes because I did enjoy the other one, and this one just sounds more up my alley right now because I do enjoy some hydration and some glow because it just works a little bit better for the cooler months. I did go with a different shade this time. I picked up 330 Bamboo, and I did this based off the swatches on the Shiseido website because when I went to check on the Sephora website, I don't know who's in charge of the Sephora page because there's so many errors on that I've been finding. But anyways, they just copied and pasted the swatches from the Self-Refreshing for the Radiant Lifting, and they should be honestly different. So someone's not doing their job for doing swatches for the new Radiant Lifting. So if you're going to purchase this from Sephora, which is typically where I purchase my high-end foundations, then I would definitely check out the Shiseido website first for their swatches because Sephora is just lazy. If you're new to the packaging, it's really awesome because you can twist it and then you pump out your product. So it has a really nice feature to close it and it's not going to get messy, especially if you're traveling with this or a working makeup artist. It's a really beautiful packaging. So I'm just going to start off by pumping out one pump of this. 330 Bamboo is a golden tone for medium skin. By the swatch on the Shiseido website, I thought it would be a good match for me. And I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. It looks slightly pink on my skin, but I feel like it's a little bit better than the oak one that I originally had. So I'm going to zoom you guys in. I don't have perfect skin. I have pores, texture, spots, things that we can cover so we can see how the coverage is. My favorite is medium buildable, so I'm very excited to test this out. It does look a little bit lighter than what I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. It's better than being dark. It's easier to kind of work with lighter foundations. Definitely a medium coverage right off the bat. It's really pretty and natural. I love the kind of healthy glow it gives. But one pump of that did like half my face, not even a quarter of my face. I'm going to have to use a lot, and you're supposed to shake this ball before you use it. I love the finish. I find lately though that foundations tend to look a little bit drier on me initially. Then they start to look a little bit better when it's had time to sit on my skin. You can tell it's a little pink on me, but we're gonna make it work. I haven't honestly found my perfect match in this yet. The finish is beautiful, but I have to say that this doesn't really look like a medium to me. It definitely looks lighter. And the foundation builds effortlessly on the skin. My skin is like literally eating this up. It loves it. So does my hair, apparently. Here is the foundation on my skin. It has a beautiful radiant finish. This is definitely a radiant foundation. I have let it sit for a little bit and it still looks super, super glowy. So I wanted to show you how it looks before I go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. Right now, I love the formulation. Obviously, the color's off for me, but once I bronze, we'll be fine when I come back. All will work out. I can work with this sort of tone on me. I know radiant foundations can emphasize pores and texture, which my skin clearly has, but it is very healthy, and I love how a radiant foundation looks, especially one that's this hydrating for the winter time. So I'm excited to see how this wears throughout the day. I'm just gonna go ahead, finish off the rest of my face, and I will come back and show you how everything played with this foundation. I'm back. I just finished off the rest of my face. Everything played beautifully with the foundation, and even setting it with powder, like I still feel like the foundation is radiant, and I didn't bother to use any highlight because honestly, the foundation was so beautiful in terms of its luminosity, and it also was pretty perfecting and smoothing considering it does have that radiant quality to it. Usually that emphasizes my texture and pores a lot more, but I find this one is quite smoothing for radiant foundation, so I was very happy with that. Obviously the color isn't 100% for me. I did end up going for more pink tones just to kind of tie the pink undertone in with the look. I am golden, I find, but more on neutral side than yellow or pink. It feels weightless on my skin. I do feel like you need to set it though, even with dry skin. Visibly lifts. I don't know if that's due to the pink in the foundation, but I do feel like quite lifted, refines and smooths. I do feel like that quality happened to my face. Like I'm very happy with the smoothness and overall glow and how it looks, like especially on my forehead, like the bronzer and everything, everything looks smooth. If this wears really nicely, I'm gonna be very happy with this foundation. I'll have to find my correct shade eventually, but it honestly depends on wear for me, because that was one of the things about the self-refreshing. I felt like it didn't have the kind of wear that I personally was looking for. It was a decent wear, but I like 24-hour locked on foundation that's not going to move at the end of the day. So I am very curious to see how this wears, and I will also compare the two side by side at the end of the video. We're going to go ahead and go about my day. I will check in with you guys once during the day, and we'll do an end of the night check-in as well. So I will see you guys in a few hours. So this is my first check-in, my midday check-in, and everything looks really, really smooth. You can still see that pink cast, but honestly, I feel like it looks better in natural light and in person than it did on camera. Like, my lighting just made me look really pink. So you can see, like, it's doable for me. It's not too bad. The undertone's slightly off, but honestly, I feel like it does look a lot better in person. It looks slightly heavy in my smile lines. Like, I notice them a lot more, but everywhere else looks smoother than normal. And it does have that natural luminous glow to it, and I feel like it's becoming more apparent as I'm wearing it, because I did set it with powder, because it initially was super luminous, but I definitely needed to set it down on my face. So far so good, looking good. I think it's performing well. How do you guys think the midday check-in's looking? I think it's looking really smooth. Hey guys, I am back. The foundation has been on a total of 9 hours at this point, and you can see around my nose right here, it's a little bit shiny. That's where I personally would blot. You can see the natural radiance of the foundation, especially in my forehead. The lights are like beaming off of it. But honestly, in person, it looks beautiful. The radiance of it, I think looks really flattering and nice. It's the kind of radiance that doesn't accentuate texture. It's a very forgiving type of radiance, which still makes the skin look nice and smooth considering I have texture and pore issue. I think it honestly looks quite nice for a radiant foundation on my skin. I think it held up really, really nicely. And I do think it looks honestly better in person than it comes off on camera. It also looks more bright and pink on camera. So this isn't one of those foundations I would probably reach for when I film, but in person I do quite like it and I think it's beautiful. Do I think you need to spend $60 on a foundation? Absolutely not. Considering I've just recently tried a $25 one from Sephora that I feel like has all those claims that this one does. This probably has more coverage and generally is more radiant when I initially put it on. The Sephora one wore really beautifully for me, but this one definitely gives that radiance right off the bat. It feels hydrating. I do feel it a little more on my skin. It's not as lightweight as some other lightweight foundations I've personally tried. But all in all, I think if you like the self-refreshing foundation but wished it was a little bit more radiant, you're gonna love this. Because honestly, I really like the first, but I probably like this one better. And considering this is a radiant foundation, the other one was not, I find this actually wore longer and better on my skin than the self-refreshing, which was a little bit surprising for me because that was one of the issues I had with the self-refreshing, that I found it didn't have the kind of wear that I was looking for, but this one definitely does. Like, there's no patching off or anything. It's completely still on my skin. There's nothing coming off around my mouth. I did notice my smile lines a little bit more and it was looking a little bit dry midday, but as soon as my oils break through, everything just looks better. So I kind of have that midday issue with my skin, but this foundation definitely wore beautifully and I'm very happy with it. And I definitely recommend it for the reasons I suggested, but I don't think you obviously have to go out and get it because there's comparable foundations I've tried for cheaper. So that's overall my opinion, and if you want to see a side-by-side of how the self-refreshing compares to the new Radiant Lifting, then I will insert some footage or pictures in right here for you to see. That is my review for the new Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, demo, wear test, side-by-side comparison. I tried to give it all in this video to show you guys who might be interested in this one, who've tried the other foundation, and kind of show the comparison between the two. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to go check out Samantha's channel. She is absolutely amazing and you guys are gonna definitely love her. So I will have her channel linked down below for you guys to check out. If you have not subscribed already, I would love for you to do so by hitting the red button, the bell, if you want to be notified of all my future videos. And I'll see you guys in my next one.